Imagine this. With just a few simple steps and a little bit of patience, you could turn a patch of bare soil into a thriving garden of sweet potatoes. Lush green vines above, and beneath the earth, a treasure trove of golden, nutritious tubers. Sweet potatoes aren't just delicious, they're packed with vitamins, remarkably easy to grow, and can yield a bountiful harvest even for beginner gardeners. Whether you're aiming for homegrown meals or dreaming of profitable farming, mastering sweet potato cultivation could transform your gardening journey. Walk with me through the ultimate guide to sweet potato farming. By the end, you'll have everything you need to grow, care for, and harvest this incredible crop. Let's start at the very beginning. Why sweet potatoes? Beyond their fantastic flavor, sweet potatoes are drought tolerant, require minimal fertilizer, and can thrive in poor soils where other crops struggle. They're also incredibly nutritious, loaded with vitamins A, C, and B6, rich in fiber, and an excellent source of complex carbohydrates. For home gardeners, sweet potatoes offer food security and healthy eating. For farmers, they present a profitable crop for market demand. Before you plant, it's important to understand the basics. Sweet potatoes are not the same as yams. They belong to the morning glory family and prefer warm, tropical climates, but can also be grown in temperate zones with the right preparation. Sweet potatoes are grown from slips. These are shoots grown from mature sweet potato tubers, not seeds. The difference matters. Slips ensure that your plants are true to type and vigorous. You can buy slips from a garden center, or you can grow your own using store-bought or harvested sweet potatoes. To grow your own slips, start about 6 to 8 weeks before your last expected frost. Select healthy, disease-free sweet potatoes. Either cut them in half or keep them whole. Place them in shallow trays with moist sand or soil, or suspend them halfway in water using toothpicks. Set them in a warm, sunny location. Within a couple of weeks, shoots will begin to emerge. Once they reach about 6 inches long and develop several leaves, carefully break them off at the base. Dip the ends in water and they'll soon sprout roots. These rooted slips are ready for planting. Now let's talk about your planting site. Sweet potatoes need a location with full sun, at least 6 hours per day, along with fertile, well-drained soil. Loamy or sandy soils are perfect. Avoid heavy clays or waterlogged areas, as these can promote disease and cause your tubers to rot. Before planting, prepare your garden bed by loosening the soil up to 12 inches deep. Add well-rotted compost or manure to improve fertility. Aim for a slightly acidic to neutral pH, around 5.5 to 6.5, which helps encourage healthy root development. If space is limited, don't worry. Sweet potatoes can be grown in raised beds, large containers, or grow bags. Just make sure the container is at least 12 inches deep to give the roots plenty of room. Plant slips after any danger of frost has passed, and the soil temperature is consistently above 65 degrees Fahrenheit, usually 2 or 3 weeks after the last frost date. Space each slip about 12 to 18 inches apart in rows 3 feet apart. Bury slips deeply, covering at least half the stem. You'll notice roots forming along the buried portions, giving each plant a better head start. Next, it's all about care and maintenance. Sweet potatoes need regular watering, especially during the first month after planting and during root formation. Aim for about an inch of water per week. However, avoid overwatering. Too much moisture can cause tuber diseases and reduce the sweetness of your crop. Mulch around your plants with straw or grass clippings. Mulch conserves moisture, suppresses weeds, and prevents soil from splashing onto the leaves, which can spread disease. Weeds compete with your plants for nutrients and water. Stay on top of them with gentle hand weeding, especially when the plants are young. After a few weeks, the vigorous vines will cover the soil, making weeding less necessary. Sweet potatoes are remarkably pest and disease resistant, but vigilance is still needed. Watch out for pests like sweet potato weevils, wireworms, and flea beetles. Control outbreaks with floating row covers, or, if the problem is serious, seek organic pesticides approved for food crops. Fungal diseases can develop in wet, humid conditions, but good air circulation, crop rotation, and healthy, well-drained soil will help prevent most problems. Fertilizing sweet potatoes is simple. Over-fertilizing, especially with nitrogen, will lead to lots of leaves and few tubers. Instead, mix balanced organic fertilizer or compost into the soil at planting. If you notice slow growth, A side dressing of compost or a small amount of potassium-rich fertilizer about a month after planting can help. As the season moves forward, the sweet potato vines will stretch and sprawl, covering the ground in dense green. This is your sign that the plants are thriving. Sweet potatoes require about 90 to 120 days to mature, depending on the variety. The big moment, harvest, comes when the leaves start yellowing and tips begin to die back, usually in late summer or early autumn, just before the first frost. Carefully loosen the soil around your plants with a garden fork or digging spade. Lift the tubers gently. Sweet potatoes have delicate skins at harvest, so handle them with care to prevent bruising. But don't rush to the dinner table yet. Freshly harvested sweet potatoes need to be cured. Curing is the process that heals minor scrapes and converts starches to sugars, making your sweet potatoes sweeter and longer lasting. To cure, place your unwashed tubers in a warm, about 85 degrees Fahrenheit, humid, 85 to 90% humidity spot for 7 to 10 days. A heated room with a humidifier or even a closed porch on a warm fall day works well. After curing, store the sweet potatoes in a cool, dry, dark place, ideally 55 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Properly cured, they'll last for up to 6 months, providing healthy, delicious meals long after the growing season ends. By now, you've followed your sweet potatoes from slip to garden bed, through summer growth, to autumn harvest and curing. But the journey doesn't stop here. Sweet potato vines are edible too. Young leaves can be cooked like spinach, offering even more value from every plant. Leftover slips or healthy roots can be overwintered for next year's planting. With a little planning, patience, and care, anyone can enjoy homegrown sweet potatoes, a crop that's as rewarding as it is delicious and nutritious. Whether for home or farm, sweet potato cultivation is an empowering way to grow your own food, boost your health, and even turn a profit. So why not start your journey today? With this complete guide, you're ready to plant, grow, harvest, and savor a sweet, abundant crop. Happy farming!